The life sciences industry is a competitive industry, and today the way companies are trying to stay ahead and get that competitive edge is to hire the top talent and create diverse teams. And one of the ways they're doing that is to bring more women into senior leadership positions.
One of the biggest changes I see is right here within the company, and that's the amount of time that we spend in senior management in trying to better understand and to better develop our workforce.
There is a war on for talent, and it's a very significant war. It's getting harder, more expensive to recruit the best people.
There's no doubt that our industry is going through dramatic change. And if you look at the talent pool in the life sciences industry today, it includes more women than ever before. So we realized that if we wanted to continue to attract the best leaders out there, we needed to focus on developing and retaining more women leaders right here within our own company.
If our goal is to really improve the representation of women in leadership and senior leadership positions here in Wyeth, it really requires that we have more information and better insight. The E.D.G.E study is exactly the kind of tool to provide that understanding and insight, and that's why we were so excited to be one of the principal sponsors.
The HBA E.D.G.E in Leadership study was a groundbreaking effort in the fact that there were no benchmark results on how women were brought into the industry, promoted, and retained. So this study, for the first time, creates that necessary data for companies.
Novartis decided to become a sponsor and participant in the study because there is such a pressing need to attract, develop, and retain diverse leaders for the future in the healthcare sector.
There are several aspects a company should enact to ensure that women move into senior leadership roles. The first is senior level support of this cultural change. The second are programs that will be able to support women either in the skills they need to develop or programs to make their working life that much easier to allow them to get the job done. And you need to have performance-based or merit-based pay to ensure equity amongst employees. And finally, you want to measure that what you set out to do is actually being accomplished.
Given the state of the economy today and the war for talent, I think every company, large or small, is going to have to address job sharing, flexible hours, on-ramps, off-ramps, daycare center for women if they want to retain critical talent.
The number of women in senior leadership positions over the past 5 years has remained relatively static. We're looking at about a third of middle managers being represented by women, and at the senior level, it's less than 20%.
Two things that women should focus on to be senior leaders are, number one, mentoring. Get a mentor, and then later on, be a mentor. And number two, network. Reach out to other functions in your company and reach out to people in other companies.
We really wanted to see what companies were doing in terms of best practices so that we could turn that into a roadmap that organizations could implement themselves and make real difference in their company.
Well, I think the E.D.G.E study is going to benefit women in many ways in this industry. First, the study provides a best practice model that will highlight the progress that has been made and also spotlight the gaps that still exist, and most importantly, help us forge a path forward to helping more women achieve their professional goals.
One of the critical things about acquiring good talent is you build a great company. You build a great company and you see it in the financial results.
If companies embrace the findings of the E.D.G.E study, they will position themselves to have the 6 areas of best practice to be able to make changes in their company so they too can be a best practice company.